That should be a treat.
Fun that way. I always sing that.
I mean, maybe in karaoke night.
And I have a few drinks. Last night I had to walk the plank.
Something is wrong, wrong, wrong. Golf tournament for who?
Golf tournament?
For what?
Something Jose had a he did a golf tournament.
extra innings, and that doesn't begin to really explain how wild that game was. But last night was. One inning, 2 3-run home runs in one inning. Wes Wallace and Chad Heiberger for the Diamonds, and the Diamonds were able to hold on last night with a surprise relief pitcher and other things, and so they come into today's ball game against Vallejo with a record of 10-9 on the season. Sonoma lost yesterday. That's another surprise. They are 15-5 on the year, and so the Diamonds are in second place, 4.5 games out. San Rafael now 6.5 games out at 8-11, and these Admirals that the Diamonds are playing tonight are 6-14. They are 9 games behind, but they are dangerous, as they have proven in the last 2 games. They can score a lot of runs in a hurry, and that's been a problem for the Diamonds. The Diamonds have had some good starting pitching and then some trouble with the bullpen, but last night they found a star reliever in starter Tyler Steyerwalt, who has the lowest earned run average in the league. He came in to pitch in relief in the late innings last night and did an outstanding job. The starter was also surprised last night, Angel Laura, because the planned starter for the Diamonds was Dennis Neal. Neal, the night before, had an altercation with the umpire, not an altercation, just a verbal altercation from the stands, had been asked to move, by the umpire told to move away from where he was. He did. Then the next day, the league office came down with a 3-game suspension against Neal. Neal was supposed to start the game last night, so he had to be scratched. Angel Laura came in. Laura pitched a good game through 5+ innings, and then he got into that 6th inning, and he's been a relief pitcher this year. He's started in the past, but he's a relief pitcher this year, and I don't know if that was too much time for him or what, but he loaded the bases, and then Tillman Pugh got a grand slam, and all of a sudden the big lead that the Diamonds had built up had been slashed, as it had been the night before, and then of course it disappeared as they lost that game. We are here tonight on a 5 o'clock start on a Sunday afternoon. Usually Sunday's games are going to be 1 o'clock in the future, but tonight is 5 o'clock. Also highlighted last night was Jose Canseco playing for the Diamonds. He was up twice and struck out twice, and there was a big moment in his first at bat when he took a pitch, second pitch of the game for him. He took it for a called strike. He didn't think it was a strike, and then all of a sudden there was a very animated conversation between him and the umpire. Aaron Miles had to come down and kind of try to keep Canseco from getting in trouble, and it went on for a while, but Canseco finally calmed down, and he struck out then, he struck out again, and then that was the end of his plate appearances. He also participated in a home run derby yesterday. That was won by Caleb Bryson. Bryson knocking the ball out of this park like crazy, but Bryson has had trouble in the real games. He may win the home run derby, but he's trouble in the real games, and he is not in the lineup tonight. So that is a switch. We have the lineups being presented at home plate. Marquise Hutchison is presenting the lineups for the Admirals, and of course Aaron Miles is presenting them for the Diamonds. Aaron has been wrapped up in all sorts of things, so he could not join us for the pregame show, and he just came out just recently, so he has been busy on something. The Diamonds have added Wes Tramble back onto their pitching staff. He was a high-kicking right-hander, and he started the season with the Diamonds. He was gone for about a week, and now he has been re-signed, and he is back on the roster. So that is a new addition for them. There are a lot of people in this game who are all over the league leaders. Of course, the biggest one is Vinny Galletti, who is leading the league in average with a gaudy .427 batting average. But also joining him up there is Wes Wallace, who is now the third leading hitter in the league. He's hitting .347, and the center fielder for the Diamonds has climbed up the ladder into number 3 in batting average. Chad Heiberger is going to be catching. He has kind of hit his way into the position of playing a lot more catcher because he is now the number 2 hitter on the team. He hasn't had as many at-bats as other people, but he has, his average is now at .381. 1 home run yesterday, those 3 RBIs, and Heiberger will be back at it today. Tyler Steyerwald, as we said, leading the league in earned run average. Today's pitchers will be Michael Gunn for the Diamonds. Michael Gunn is 3rd in the league in strikeouts, and he has had some hot performances and cold performances. And so the Diamonds are hoping that tonight will be one of the hot ones. This is the first time he will have faced the Admirals. With all the games they've played, he hasn't faced the Pacifics 3 times, and he's faced Sonoma once. But this is his first time up against the Admirals, and as the old pitching lore goes, that should be an advantage for Gunn in this first game. And we'll see as the season goes on and they see more of him, it may be more of an advantage for the hitters. We have had the starting lineups introduced, and we're waiting for the Diamonds to take the field to get this one underway here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Like I said, the Vallejo Admirals will be back here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you can get your tickets. All those games start at 6:30. You can get your tickets at diamondsproball.com, and we're going to have the national anthem here, and
serving our country at home and abroad.
Then we will get underway.
Our national anthem.
Our national anthem, and we are close to getting this game underway. We have had quite an interesting series so far. The big thing on Friday night, besides the wildness of the game and the scoring, was that as the game was about to be decided in the bottom of the 11th inning, with bases loaded and the Diamonds down by 2 runs with 2 outs, all the lights went out here. And, it was on. All the lights were on a timer, and they went out, and it took about half an hour for people to figure out how to get the lights back on to get that game going. Then the next batter hit a ground ball to the shortstop, who booted it, and so a run scores. It's 13-12. It's 2 outs. Bases still loaded, and then the sprinklers go on around the mound. So they took another 10 minutes to figure out how to turn off the sprinklers. And for the Diamonds, unfortunately, they could not come back with enough runs to prolong the game or get the victory, and they lost Friday night. But last night they won, and they are looking to get a victory here tonight to win this series. This is the 6th series of the season. Actually, it's the 7th series of the season. They're 4-2 as far as winning the series. So they want to get back on the winning track. Michael Gunn is taking the mound to get his warm-ups going. Tonight we're coming to you on Mixler.com, which is the internet broadcasting service, and you can reach that via the Diamonds website, as many of you know. And we're also on BayAreaSports.tv. If you want to watch the television, the telecast as well. And we're going to be on them fairly regularly over the season, and we'll try to keep you in tune for when we're going to be on BayAreaSports.tv, and that's how you can see it. You can go to BayAreaSports.tv where it'll be streaming. So we will have some references to the television picture and some to the radio, but we are about ready to get started here because Chevy Clark is coming to the plate, and to bring you all the play-by-play action is Tony Schultz.
All right, thank you, Scott. It'll be Chevy Clark to lead it off. Chris Fernecki is at second base. Davey Garcia in the third spot. Graylin Durkee, he is in the cleanup spot. Sean Payne, the left fielder today. Vlad Gomez, the DH. Cheryl Bautista at third. Pedro Perez at short. Tillman Pugh, the center fielder, and that's the lineup that will face Diamond's left-hander, Mike Gunn. Gunn kicks and fires, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there, a strike. Ron Adams, the home plate umpire tonight, and the field umpire is Eric Thompson. And for Gunn, Scott, been a little bit up and down. A 1-1 record so far, a .655 earned run average in 4 starts, but a couple of starts have been really good. Swinging a foul, and the count 0-2.
And he throws the ball hard, and he is a strikeout pitcher, and he is now third in the league in strikeouts with 29 coming into this game.
Yielded 11 walks, giving up 24 hits in 23 and a third innings. Well, he's ahead of Chevy Clark, who's among the batting average leaders, 0-2. And the pitch to Chevy, that one wide, and did it hit him? I think it did. And Chevy Clark is going to be aboard at first base with the hit by pitch. So unfortunately for the Diamonds, that's how this game begins. Defensively for Pittsburgh, left to right in the outfield, Fraker, Wallace, and J.Q. Calderon. Third to first in the infield, Wagner, Garcia, Valdez, and Vinny Galletti. Heiberger in the squat for the aforementioned left-hander, Mike Gunn.
Clark came in hitting .338. That's the third time this year he's been hit by a pitch, which makes him the team leader. I'm not sure that's a category that you want to be leading in.
Has me thinking of Don Baylor. Remember Don Baylor?
Yes.
You know, I think he was the all-time leader getting hit by pitchers. You know, that's a dubious category to say the least. The Chevy with his lead over there at first. Pretty good one, being held on by Galletti, being stared down by Gunn, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back. And Fornacki in the hole, no balls and 1 strike. Last outing for Mike Gunn, June the 20th at San Rafael. The Diamonds lost that one 11-5. Gunn did get the loss in that ball game. 5 innings, 5 earned runs, 6 hits. He did strike out 6. Looking over there at Chevy Clark again, and the pitch is way outside, ball 1.
Gunn getting the 2 starts a week situation this week. It's whoever starts on Tuesday often gets to start on Sunday, so he is getting the 2 starts this week. They have, of course, everybody has Mondays off, and then they start again on Tuesdays.
And the 1-1 pitch, that's a bit low. Chevy Clark started for second base, stopped, and goes back to the bag as Heiberger quickly on that one. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. The previous start to the June 20th start against the Pacifics for Mike Gunn. He got the win in that ball game. The Diamonds won it 6-2. He went 7 innings, 2 earned on 7 hits, 10 strikeouts. So he is certainly capable of delivering the good outing. There goes the runner. Swing and a foul straight back. And nobody up here in the front row, you and me both, nobody up here flinched. We're just getting used to it.
Is that did we have a late Saturday night, or are we just getting used to it?
Okay, a little used to it, a little sleepy.
Maybe we're not aware of the danger. Anyway, it's Chevy Clark has to go back to his position. He was they're trying to do the get a little hit and run action on that play, but the ball went the wrong direction.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, swinging a hard shot over toward the dugout. of the Admirals. And there's Manny Reyes, one of the newest acquisitions of the Admirals, who played not last night, the night before, and turned in a pretty good performance. Davey Garcia getting the start tonight as well as last night, and Davey did a nice job with the bat.
That's true. And Chris Fernacki here, he's on only his second game so far for the Admirals.
2-2 pitch just inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He got a double last night in the third inning, excuse me.
Diamonds coming in 10-9, 4.5 back. They've won 6 out of their last 10. Well, they were certainly happy to see Sonoma get knocked off. There goes the runner, swing and a fly ball right side, long run for Jakku coming into foul territory, reaches back and makes the catch in fair territory. So Garcia overruns the ball. The wind is blowing its usual left to right. And Jakku, that one gave him a little bit of trouble, but still a very nice play out in right field.
He almost overran that. Well, he did overrun the ball, but not enough to completely miss the catch. But he was past the ball. They had to reach back into. He seemed to be in foul territory. The ball was in fair territory, and he made the catch.
So Chris Fernacki, the fly ball to right field, and so many times, routine-looking plays become rather an adventure. And that one had a little bit of the adventurous spirit in it as well. There goes the runner. The pitch is outside the throw, down to first, and they've got him picked off. No! Eric Thompson says no, and here comes Aaron Miles to argue the call, and he's very upset with the field umpire, Eric Thompson.
Can we ask for help?
I did not see why. Why did Chevy Clark not continue running? He stopped somewhere. And he took off with the pitch, and then Heiberger, maybe it was just a fake, I don't know, but Heiberger threw behind him at first, and it looked like he got him. That's a replay.
We are watching this, and you may be watching this on BayAreaSports.tv, and a nice looking shot there from the first base camera, and I'd have to ring him up on further review. Pardon.
Yeah, I think pretty soon we'll have probably instant replay even at this level.
With a pretty good lead, the 1-0 pitch swing, and this one's off the plate. That's a fair ball. And over to third, on over to first goes Wagner to Galletti. They get the out, and Chevy Clark moves down to second base. So Garcia is out 5-3. And here comes Graylin Durkee, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 40, Graylin Durkee.
That was a tough play for Wagner. He got the ground ball, and he was actually in foul territory when he threw the ball.
So Durkee now bats with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. And Durkee still doing quite well with the RBI total. The batting average starting to go back up as well. Left-handed batter, and the pitch is in there. A strike, and the count 0-1.
And Clark was beat at second, so they would like to give him a chance to come running around third base.
Durkee coming in with 17 RBIs and trying to pick up number 18. Gunn trying to strand Chevy Clark after Chevy was hit by a pitch to lead off the ball game. That pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamonds baseball coming to you on Mixler as always, and on BayAreaSports.tv. Check that one out on the internet.
Last night in the situation we saw Valdez pull another sneaky move when
ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Clark at around third, and he is going to score without a throw. And the Admirals have the 1-0 lead. 18th RBI for Graylin Durkee. Still a ways behind Vinny Galletti, but he ties Mike Rizzatello of San Rafael at 18, and they are both in that second spot in the RBI leaderboard for the Pacific Association.
To finish the thought, last night Valdez took a throw at second base as they were trying to pick off a runner, and then pretended that the ball had gone on to in the center field and had gotten past him, trying to get the runner to head off the base and tag him out, but that didn't happen.
And this pitch is lined into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Nice play by Fraker in left. The throw's going to be cut off, and the Admirals are going to have first and third. So Sean Payne, a sharp single into left center. And 2 outs here. The Admirals looking to put up the crooked number.
Fraker had to make a leap to get that ball because it took a big bounce out there in left field, and he had his eye on the ball and followed it, stayed on top of it, but still, Durkee made it to third on the line drive hit. Payne's at first, 2 outs, but Gunn has all of a sudden found himself in big trouble here in the first inning.
Well, that hit by pitch, that the free bases, the extra chances always seem to come back and bite you. And here's the pitch, and that went inside for a ball. The count 1 ball and no strikes now to Vlad Gomez, the DH.
Third baseman, Jerry Bautista.
Gomez waits.
No hits in the inning
Shot there
till
from behind home plate, and this one hit hard down the right side, up and over the screen. That's out of play, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
there are no hits in the inning till after there were 2 outs, and there's a hit batsman and then 2 outs, and then the Admirals have come to life here, scored 1 run and threatening for more.
1-1 pitch, way up high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike, and that they're one of those situations where you're trying to keep the damage to a minimum, and of course the minimum right now, the Diamonds' hope is just 1 run. There's Sean Payne with that base hit. He's at first base. 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. College World Series final starts tomorrow. That'll be a best of 3. If you've been following that, college baseball still takes a major back seat to college basketball and college football. But when the CWS starts, it gets a little more attention.
It is, and it's exciting. It's exciting, but you know, you're right. It's there's so many baseball options. That's
There
another
is.
thing.
There's incredible amount of baseball going on. 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Swing and a foul. That got a piece of somebody's shin guard, but nobody injured on that play.
This is one of your fine baseball options right here. The Pittsburgh
Right at
Diamonds. Right here, your professional baseball team in Pittsburgh and the Civic Association. 4 teams now, maybe 6 next year.
That would be very exciting to get the expansion. Sunday evening baseball right here from Pittsburgh. The 2-2 pitch fouled off. That will stick in the screen.
Gomez
Now
and Gunn are
2-2.
having a battle.
Thank you, Bodie.
Here comes Bodie, our bat boy extraordinaire, refreshing the home plate umpire's Ron Adams number of baseballs. So we're just getting started. The Admirals getting started in a hurry. They already lead it 1-0, looking for more here with 2 down. 2-2 pitch, swinging a little chopper. In comes Wagner, fields, throws, just in time to get him, and the inning is over. The Admirals, they leave 2, but they get 1 on the Graylin Durkee RBI base hit. And after half an inning here from Pittsburgh, it's the Admirals 1 and the Diamonds nothing.
Is there anything more fun than a ball bouncing off the outfield wall for a double? Well, if there is, it might be a double-double from In-N-Out. In-N-Out is an iconic burger restaurant for a reason. Quality is the most important ingredient at In-N-Out. They never freeze, pre-package, or microwave the food. Your burgers, fries, and shakes are waiting to be made on Delta Gateway Boulevard, just off Highway 4. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
All right, bottom of the first we go. Here is the batting order for the Pittsburgh Diamonds. Jose Garcia is at short. Odemar Valdez at second. Wes Wallace in that third spot at center field. Vinny Galletti, the cleanup hitter, he's at first base. J.Q. Calderon in right. Javier Marticarena, the DH tonight, made another good play out in left field yesterday. J.J. Wagner at third. Austin Fraker in left. Chad Heiberger behind the plate. And this lineup will face Admiral right-hander Dave Donnelly. And Donnelly coming in with a record of 0-1, a .619 earned run average in 4 starts. 20 1/3 innings pitched so far. 19 strikeouts, 12 walks, and this one is laced down the right field line, and that could be extra bases. Garcia going to take the turn and hold up as Clark gets to it quickly and is able to fire it back in. Nice play by Clark, and then Garcia starts things off nicely for the Diamonds with the base hit. Here are the Admirals defensively. Payne, Pugh, and Clark left to right in the outfield. Bautista, Perez, Fernacki, and Durkee third to first in the infield. Garcia behind the plate for the aforementioned Dave Donnelly. Last start for Donnelly. And that was June the 20th against the Stompers. He took the loss in a 15-7 Stompers win. Right-hander comes set, and attempting to bunt is Odemar Valdez, and that might have caught a piece of his hand.
I think it did, and he was definitely in pain there when he came out of the batter's box, but he's back in good shape now. We have news from the top of the first inning in Sonoma, where the score is Sanderfeld 2, the Stompers nothing.
Well, there we go. Good news. Stompers need a little bit of a losing streak.
Garcia came in here hitting .294, I believe it is, as he's been .294. As he's moved his average up, and of course that may have got him up above .300. That base hit.
The 0-1 pitch, and Donnelly taking a long time here to deliver the baseball, and now Odemar probably just getting tired of waiting. Calls for time.
The Diamonds are expecting that Valdez is going to be sacrificing, at least they're in at the corners, and we can expect Bautista to be charging in here. Well, the first baseman is holding Garcia on.
Donnelly back in the set. Here's the pitch, and the pitch is in there for a strike count, 0-2. So Donnelly, that game against the Stompers, went 4 1/3, give up 6 earned runs. 8 runs overall on 6 hits, so not a good outing as last time. Looking to turn things around right here. The 0-2 pitch to Odemar way outside for a ball. I think Donnelly tapping himself on the shoulder as if he had that shoulder fly out incorrectly, and that ball got away from him that time, and the count 1-2. There's Durkee holding on. Garcia at first base. Another very pleasant evening at the ballpark here. A 1-2 pitch, swing, and this one lifted into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So the Diamonds get the first 2 on as Odemar gets a base hit following Garcia's base hit. And here comes Wes Wallace, who's all of a sudden turning in a very fine offensive year.
Number 3 in the league in batting now is Wes Wallace with his .347 average. He also had a 3-run home run yesterday. He's got 4 on the year, which puts him in the tied for 3rd in the league, and he's got 12 RBIs.
So here's Wallace in a good position here. You got to pitch to him. Runners at first and second, and now Donnelly and Garcia. The Admiral battery will get it together and talk things over. So we talked about that coveted 3rd spot in the batting order the last several nights, and look who's in it now.
Wallace has climbed up the batting lineup throughout the season, starting it's number 7 up to number 6. We saw him at 5, and now number 3 tonight.
Runners at first and second, and you got Vinny Galletti hitting behind him. First pitch to him, way inside, and that is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So for Dave Donnelly, he enters his 4th season with the Admirals after making 17 starts last year. He was second on the team in 2016 with 69 strikeouts, and his six victories made him a co-leader of the team. That pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes. He finds himself in trouble here right off the bat and trying to turn away Wes Wallace. 2-0 pitch to Wes. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and they count 2 balls and a strike.
He had a big swing at that one, and he had the green light to swing away, even though the count was 2 balls and no strikes, but he couldn't make contact.
Two balls, 1 strike to Wes. Diamond's looking to tie or do better here in the first after the Admirals plated one in the top of the frame. Well, looks back at the runner, and now Dinelli steps off the off the mound, and we got one of the fans saying, "Here, pitch it." Here, here.
We have all those people dancing behind Garcia at second base. The second baseman Fernacki going in and out, trying to keep Garcia close to the bag, but that went on too long for Wallace.
2-1 pitch is way inside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So Dinelli in some trouble already, and 1 pitch away from loading the bases for the league's leading hitter. That probably not the way you wanted to start. That's not the way you draw it up.
No, that's not what you're thinking about as you.
3-1 pitch. There go the runners, and the pitch is way inside ball 4. You talk about a close shave. That really was. I think that got a few whiskers on Dinelli's left cheek as it went by, but there is a walk to Dinelli following the 2 base hits. And here comes Vinny Galletti, and the numbers are wonderful. 427 with the batting average. And God, he's actually way out in front in the batting race right now, partner, and he's got a pretty nice lead in the RBI race as well.
Demetrius Banks is going out there to talk with the Admiral starter, Dinelli, and now the catcher will also head off the mound. It was a short conversation, as if he just had a little hint about what he was doing wrong. Maybe still that shoulder issue that you pointed out in the first batter when he faced Garcia. Garcia got that line drive for a base hit, and then Valdez got a looping kind of blooper into short left field that was where hit him where they ain't, and then a walk to Wallace, and that loaded up for Galletti.
What do you tell him? Well, so far, nobody knows how to get this guy out, but go ahead, give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Vinny waits, and he takes outside for a ball. Bases juiced here in the first, nobody out. So the Diamonds have set the table for the league's leading hitter and leading RBI man, and he's in a great spot here to put the Diamonds in front. Stands way back in the box, and the pitch to Vinny swings, and this one looks like it's in the gap, sinking, running over to make the catch is the left fielder, and the Diamonds are going to get a run out of it. They're going to have runners at first and third. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Vinny Galletti, as Payne was actually shifted way over into left center, so he was in a very good spot. So apparently the advanced scouting is doing pretty well.
But he made a good play, but he was well positioned based upon the way they had shifted for Galletti, and so they have to be being happy with the fact that they had done that, because he hit it into left center, where that might have caused a lot of problems had they been playing straight away.
So here's J.Q. Calderon. Runners at first and third. The Diamonds have tied it at 1. And the first pitch to him is in there, a strike. Now the batters get to pick their own walk-up music, and whatever J.Q. picked,
it's lively.
Not a big fan.
But it is lively.
It's lively.
You notice it.
He's a good player. His choice of music, a little questionable. J.Q. trying to untie this one in a hurry. So Garcia has scored on that sacrifice fly. Odomar now the runner at third base. Here's the pitch, and that is outside for a ball.
Much like the Admirals in the top of the inning, the Diamonds are sitting here with the chance for a bigger inning, and will they come through? The Admirals did not, and they left runners on base and came out of there with just 1 run, and now the Diamonds are facing a situation where they could get more than just the one.
And the pitch to Jakku way up high for a ball. And Pedro Perez, the shortstop, is playing very close to second base. Well, he's got himself an up-the-middle position. And I'm not sure if that's one of those scouting reports or they're just looking for that double play. But even at double play depth, he is a lot closer to second than normal.
That's true. And what's interesting about it is the outfield is not as shifted. I mean, shifted a little bit maybe, but not as nearly as much as that would indicate.
That pitch is outside the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Calderon. So for Jakku right now, there is a lot of room down the left field line with Payne shaded over towards left center, and there's a lot of room on the left side of the infield with Perez shaded toward the bag at second. 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. The pitch is outside. The throw down is in time to get him. Davy Garcia gunning out Wes Wallace at second base for out number 2. The count goes to 3-2. But the Admirals able to pick up the second half. The Diamonds being aggressive, but Garcia turning them back.
That's true, and I think, if memory serves, Wallace was caught stealing last night as well in the 4th inning, I believe, but he just couldn't get a good enough jump on that one.
And Calderon, a ground ball. That's a base hit. Right into the vacated spot at shortstop. And in comes Odemar Valdez to score the second run of the inning. Diamonds lead at 2-1. It's an RBI base hit for Calderon and a run scored for Odemar Valdez.
How ironic is that if Perez had been playing a more normal shortstop position, he probably would have had that play.
And they were playing up the middle. They were shading towards second base, as I said earlier, but that was not what you'd call double play depth, or it wasn't before. And then, of course, when the runner got thrown out, Wes Wallace trying to steal second, no double play was in order anyway. So they must have seen something in in their scouting report that told them that's the way Jakku's going to hit it. And Calderon crossed them up with a 2-out RBI base hit. Here's the pitch to Marta Corena, and that is high for a ball. Marty not playing left field tonight, getting the day off as far as defense is concerned. Did make a fine running play in last night's game, running toward the corner. And the 1-0 pitch to Marty inside for a ball, 2-0.
He got a chance to smell that one as it went by because high and inside.
So an inning that saw the Diamonds load the bases with nobody out. Then they got the sac fly from Galletti. And then Wes Wallace, with runners at first and third and 1 out, tried to swipe second base. Davy Garcia was having none of that. He threw him out. And now Calderon came up with that RBI base hit. Marta Corena waits, and this one gets away. And there goes the runner, Calderon, down to second base. And I think that one might have been a pass ball. That one didn't look like it bounced up to home plate.
And that also was a good example of how close the backstop is and how hardly a pitch that's thrown hard, man. It came right back to the plate. It was right back on top of the plate. If someone was at third trying to score, that ball would have been waiting for him.
We saw yesterday where the carom was played perfectly in the throw down to third base. With the runner trying to move up, and you better be sure, but I don't know how you can be. 3-0 pitch, inside ball 4. So after 2 out, Jakku picks up the RBI base hit. That scores Odemar Valdez, and here comes J.J. Wagner. So Marta Corena gets the walk, and here comes Wagner. He'll be the 7th man to bat in the inning. The Diamonds have taken a 2-1 lead.
Their only outs are sacrifice fly and a caught stealing.
Here's the pitch, and that one hops up there, and the runners are going to move up. It's going to be second and third, and that was really wild.
That bounced well in front of the plate and got a high hop, and Garcia was racing out trying to catch it in his catcher's glove, and he was probably 15 yards away from home plate by the time he got to it. And the runners, of course, made it 90 more feet safely where they stand now.
Davy Garcia is going to adjust that left shin guard. He's going to fix the equipment a little bit, and now he's back in the squat, ready to go, and we're ready to resume. 2-1 Pittsburgh here, just getting started, bottom of the first inning. Dave Dinelli kicks and fires, and this one is just a bit low, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes, or 2 balls and no strikes, excuse me.
He's been behind in the count, and he has given up. He's been wild with some pitches. Given up hits. It's not been a very good first inning for Dinelli.
Next pitch, and that is in there for a strike, and the count 2-1. And right now, after that wild pitch, putting runners at second and third, the Diamonds can put one of those nasty crooked numbers up there, get the Admirals in a hole early, but that just means the Admirals will have to score more to come back, and they've been able to do that. The 2-1 pitch, and that swung on and missed a good fastball. It was probably the best pitch of the inning so far for Dave Dinelli.
Wagner hitting .244. He's got 10 RBIs on the year, and he could pick up a couple more here. He's already played good third base today, too.
Could make a nice play in that top of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is down. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And right now, Dave Dinelli just can't get this inning to end.
Right.
Austin Fraker would be next. 7 men have hit. The Diamonds have collected 3 hits and have scored 2 runs. Looking for more. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Dinelli comes up with his first strikeout of the ball game. Good time to get it. The Diamonds plate 2, they leave 2, and at the end of 1, they lead it 2-1.
Just a reminder, fans, that if you want to take part in any of the Diamonds interactive games, head on down to the Pittsburgh Diamonds dugouts. You could win some great prizes. We'll be doing musical chairs at the end of the 3rd inning, so get signed up. Pittsburgh has 1 R and no H. Education has 3 R's. At Mount Diablo Recycling, there are 5 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle, respect, and recover. The main priority at Mount Diablo Recycling is simple. Keep as many items out of the landfill as possible. Using state-of-the-art, ultra-efficient machinery, Mount Diablo Recycling is your one-step recycling shop. Search Mount Diablo Recycling to find out more about their service to commercial customers, tours for all ages, and their industry-leading reuse center, Mount Diablo Recycling, saving the earth one item at a time.
All right, top of the second, an eventful first inning as we see 3 runs score. The Diamonds get 2, the Admirals get 1. So as we head to the top of the second inning, it'll be Gerald Batista, Pedro Perez, and Tillman Pugh, the bottom part of the Admirals order, but not exactly a bunch of guys that can't hit.
No, that's in, of course, Tillman Pugh with a grand slam last night. Boom. What a game changer that was at the moment. They did not go all the way and take the lead, but all of a sudden it was a baseball game again.
Pitch from Gunn, and that's in there for a strike.
Batista comes in here hitting .308. He's got 3 home runs and 7 RBIs.
And he waits, and the 0-1 pitch, and that is low for a ball, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
This keeps...
One ball, 1 strike. Gerald Batista leading off the second inning. Here it is, swinging a ground ball. Big hop for Wagner. He's got it. Fires over to first, and 1 up and 1 down here to begin the second inning. So Bautista bounces out 5-3, and that'll bring up Pedro Perez. So Mike on the lefty gets that fastball about 90-91. It's a sharp slider, a two-seamer. Former Red Sox farmhand. Also played in the Frontier League. Looks in here now, and the pitch. Perez is going to bunt. Here comes Wagner to get it. Fires over in time. Nice play by J.J. Wagner. He was on that so quickly it looked like a bad bunt. At first it looked like a pretty good bunt, but Wagner got there in such a hurry. He really got Pedro Perez by plenty at first base.
He's getting tested by every kind of potential third base plays. He's barehanded, charging deep behind third base. That was a good play by Wagner, but I think it was bunted a little bit too hard, and he didn't give himself a chance for the base hit.
It just looked like to me that Wagner was expecting it and not surprised in the least. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and they count no balls on the strike. Here's Tillman Pugh. Scotty told you that he went yard with the bases juiced yesterday. Picking up that grand slam, had himself a very good night at the plate. Trying to get things started for the Admirals here in the second. Here's a check swing foul ball, and the center fielder of Vallejo is quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
He comes in here hitting .243, 3 home runs on the year, and 14 RBIs.
All right, gun from the windup. Little stutter, and the fire's way up high, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to use that one pitch to maybe set up something else, and that one got away from him just a little bit. You know, you got a couple to give. You certainly don't want to just throw them right over the plate. The 1-2 pitch swung on it, missed, strike 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Gunn. He picks up his first strikeout, and at the end of 1.5, it's the Diamonds 2 and the Admirals nothing.
It's not much more distance than a low throw to the plate between Diamonds baseball and Pittsburgh's world-famous new Mecca Cafe. And world-famous isn't just some marketing slogan. New Mecca Cafe's delicious Mexican food has led to catering for the Giants, the A's, the 49ers, and 2 Major League Baseball All-Star games. But none of that can compare to how they cater to Pittsburgh Diamond fans who walk through the front door. Located on Railroad Avenue at 3rd Street, just before the water, the new Mecca Cafe. Stop by. So just as a reminder, the Pittsburgh Diamonds are an independent professional minor league baseball team that plays 78 games for the year. Please stop by DiamondsProBaseball.com and learn more about this league. Just a reminder, fans, to take part in any of the Diamonds interactive games, stop by the Pittsburgh Diamonds dugout. We'll be doing musical chairs at the end of the 3rd inning, and that is for ages old and young. So sign them up to go play. And here come the Diamonds!
And as we go to the bottom of the second inning, the Diamonds will start it off with Austin Fraker, the left fielder, Chad Heiberger, the 9th place hitter and the catcher, and then back to the top of the order for Jose Garcia. So the Diamonds, a nice bottom of the first as they get 2. And they were chasing Dave Donnelly a little bit and like to chase him a little more here in the second. 2-1 Diamonds as they lead it early, trying to take 2 out of 3 in this weekend series. Swing and a miss by Fraker, and the count 0-1. So Dave Dinelli, 2015, was the ace of the Admirals staff. He made 15 starts. Tallied 79 strikeouts in 90 innings of action. Swing and a miss, and they count 0-2.
Fraker comes in here hitting 250, and even 250 with 4 RBIs. And a chance to play left field today.
Austin waits, and the pitch to him, swinging right up the middle for a base hit. So both innings, the Diamonds have led off with singles. Garcia in the first, he ended up scoring. And now Fraker here in the second. And look who's batting ninth. Chad Heiberg, all of a sudden, he's swinging a hot bat.
He's hitting 381. He had a home run yesterday, and he had 3 RBIs yesterday. He has been swinging a hot bat as right, and I think he's swung himself into more playing time is what he's done.
One on, nobody out here for the Diamonds, and here's Heiberger. Good look from the home plate camera, and this one a throw over to first base. So the Diamonds not able to close out Friday night's game as they lost that wild one. And in the pregame show, Scott told you about all the wacky things that happened in that ball game. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. It'll be one of the more memorable games, and not really just for baseball. And so the Diamonds had the lead yesterday as well. That turned out to be another wild game, but Pittsburgh able to win that one. Another high-scoring affair. And trying to take 2 out of 3 here today. Swinging a ground ball. That's a base hit. Between short and third, and Heiberger stays hot. Fraker stops at second. First 2 on again here in the second inning. Likewise for the first for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we've seen these teams threaten so far in this game, but they haven't had the big inning that they certainly could have with the base runners they've had. The Diamonds start off here with 2 singles, runners at first and second, nobody out in the top of the order.
Jose Garcia is certainly a guy who can handle the bat, runs well. Figured in this situation you might think about bunting, but he's been swinging the bat so well, I almost don't want him to bunt. Let's see what he wants to do here. You got Bautista thinking bunt. He's on the edge of the infield grass at third. Durkee coming in a couple of steps onto the infield grass over there at first. Swing and a foul tip, and that is going to be strike 1. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, Bautista looking for any sign that he's going to bunt. He would have been charging, but he stayed put, and Garcia wasn't bunting.
The guy is swinging a hot bat. You hate to have him give himself up, but if the third baseman were to back up a few steps, then he, in a sense, could be bunting for a base hit. But with the way he's swinging it, I think he just wanted him to go ahead and take his chances swinging away. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one hops up there. Quickly out from behind the plate to get on it is Davey Garcia. Some quick feet on Davey right there.
Yeah. That's part of being a catcher, is that fear motive.
Well, if he can,
it's that baseball.
If he can get to the major leagues with footwork like that, maybe he get a shot at Dancing with the Stars.
That was a good shot of Garcia. There you go. At the plate.
Looking quite nimble on that last one. 1-1 pitch. Way up high, 2 balls and a strike. So Dave Dinelli finds himself in trouble in back-to-back innings. The Diamonds have the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the first. Did come up with 2. Certainly could have been more, but it's certainly a very effective inning. Now 2 on, nobody out here, and Dinelli behind. Here, 2 balls and a strike. Garcia waits the pitch to him, and that is way inside, and it's 3-1. And Dinelli continues to struggle with Otomar Valdez waiting on deck.
There's a funny situation at first base. Durkee has backed off now, but he has been playing in front of Heiberger, who is taking his lead, but Durkee's standing right in front of him. Heiberger can't see what's going on. Unfortunately, that's not the situation right now. For some reason, now Durkee is playing behind him.
Playing behind him, and of course, at first you got to wait for that lead runner to go. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be in there, a strike, 3-2. Pretty good pitch right there, but more of a pitcher's strike. And if you're Jose Garcia and you're seeing this Admiral right-hander Dave Dinelli, there's a good look at him there. If you see him struggling, make him throw more pitches. He's having trouble finding the strike zone. Make him throw strikes. Here's the 3-2 pitch upcoming. Garcia waits, and payoff pitch, swing. That is going to be a looper into right field. That's a base hit. Here comes Clark to get it. They're going to play station to station as Clark makes a beeline throw right to Garcia. So no chance that time for Austin Fraker to score on that. He probably had to wait a little while to make sure that ball wasn't caught by the second baseman.
You're right about that. It was first problem was, is it going to be caught? The second problem is it was in very short right field because it just barely got over the second baseman's glove and into short right field, and a charging Clark made a good throw on top of everything else. So if he had tried to score from third, or Fraker tried to come down to score, I think he would have been out easily.
Odemar Valdez, bases loaded, swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Odemar, likewise for Garcia, singled and both scored in that top of the first. And now we've got 3 straight singles here to start the second. Fraker, Heiberger, and now Garcia. Wes Wallace waiting on deck. And right now, Dave Dinelli, all sorts of trouble. Again, the bases loaded, nobody out. Just as the same situation back in the first. Here's the pitch, swing and a ground ball. Durkee can't handle it at first base. That'll be an error. Everybody going to move up. Fraker is going to score. So that probably should have been a home to first double play. You never can assume that, but certainly it's going to be an E3 on the play. So no RBI awarded. Fraker gets the run scored, and the Diamonds lead it 3-1.
Number 13, Wallace.
So here's Wes Wallace. He walked and was caught stealing in that top of the first.
The Diamonds have big run situations. They're getting small runs, but looking for the big blast.
Swing, and that ball's hit well. Chevy Clark going back, still going back. It's off the wall on a fly. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. Here comes the throw home, not in time. And the Diamonds now lead it 5-1 on a 2 RBI base hit by Wes Wallace.
The Diamonds were very lucky on that play because the throw came in from right field from Clark, and Valdez had stopped at second, and Wallace hit that ball, and he just assumed he had a double, and he was rounding first, and he was halfway to second when the throw came in. If the throw had come into an infielder and been cut off, then Wallace would have been out easily. But it went to the plate, and it was not in time to get Garcia, so 2-run score, still nobody out, and first and second.
Boy, Wes Wallace just crushed that ball. That was off that right field wall on a fly. So the Diamonds pouring it on here. 5-1, still nobody out. And here comes that man again, Vinny Galletti, and he looks at one outside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And already, partner, 5 runs on 7 hits for the Diamonds. But yeah, we've seen them do this before and make it interesting late in the game anyway.
So they know they got to keep scoring. Galletti with a sacrifice fly last inning.
26 RBIs on the season for Galletti. That leads the association. This one way up high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Vinny. Calderon waits on deck. And right now it's just been a struggle here for Dave Dinelli, but Durkee really should have had that home to first double play. That was tailor-made, and he could not pick up that ball. This one is in there for a strike. Odemar Valdez really hit a chopper right to him, and he was coming home, and he just, he couldn't hold on to the baseball. And
that has been the middle part of 4 singles. 4 singles by the Diamonds. Well, a very long, hard single by Wallace, but still a single.
2-1 pitch to Vinny. Swinging a ground ball, bounces off the mound, up the middle it goes for a base hit. Here comes Onomar Valdez. He'll score without a throw. Vinny Galletti gets his second RBI of the game, his 27th of the season. Diamonds lead it 6-1 now.
5 singles, 1 error, and now we've got the pitching coach coming out again to talk to Dinelli. There's been nobody warming up for the Admirals. I think Mark Rutledge may go out there and warm up now. He's headed out to the mound in the bullpen. There you get a shot of him on Bay Area Sports.tv. He needs a catcher, though. As far as I can tell right now, he's out there by himself. So it's gonna need some help to get warm-ups done.
Here's J.Q. Calderon. He's already done some damage today. He's got an RBI base hit back in the first. And yesterday for J.Q., double and a run scored, and then that pop fly double. So a pair of doubles last night and a base hit and RBI already tonight. So he's swinging a hot bat as well. Still nobody out in the inning. Takes way up high for a ball. We count 1 ball and no strikes. 6 runs for the Diamonds. 4 here in the second. They've collected 8 hits.
They do not have an extra base hit. They have a series 1, 2, 3. All their hits are singles.
Yeah, that pitch is in there, a strike. And Wes Wallace is a little bit odd that he hit his off the wall. Still only got a base hit, but it was productive. Couple of RBIs for Wes. Calderon waits, and Dinelli trying to somehow meander his way out of this one. The 1 pitch is way outside, and they count 2 balls and a strike. And the Admiral bullpen getting ready in earnest right now.
It has just been nonstop. Dinelli has just been unable to control it's been kind of drip, drip, drip. It hasn't been the big triple, the grand slam, that type of thing, 3-run homer, but it's been drip, drip, drip.
Boy, and that is a shot line to the second baseman. They throw behind the runner in second, not in time. So they get the out number 1. J.Q. hits the ball hard, but Fornicki, the second baseman, able to make the catch. And finally, there is an out here in the second inning.
Finally, there is an out.
All right, here's Marta Carrera. He'll be followed by J.J. Wagner. Wes Wallace aboard at second base. He drove in a couple. And Vinny Galletti, the runner at first base, he's driven in 2 in the ball game now. Pitch to Martin Carrera, swing and a foul back, and the count 0-1. Nice crowd here this afternoon. No Canseco today on Jose Canseco weekend, so made it a short weekend. You hear so much about the long weekend, you never really hear about the short weekend.
Short weekend.
For Jose, it was a short weekend.
He had a tough time playing Friday night. He didn't play Friday night because he had overexerted himself getting ready for the weekend. He was here and talking to the fans, etc. And then yesterday he participated in the home run derby and played in the game. He came up twice and struck out twice.
The 0-1 pitch, and that one hops up there. Nice block by Davey, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. But a good turnout here on a very pleasant Sunday evening here in Pittsburgh. Had a friend call me lives down in Palm Desert, and said it reached 120 the other day, and apparently was much more mild, a little breezy out there today, a mere 115.
Oh,
something like that.
I've been there when it was 115.
1-1 pitch, a little tapper back to the mound. Dinelli's got it over to first, and there is out number 2. The runners are going to move up. So now 2 down as Marta Carrera bounces out 1-3, and here's J.J. Wagner, who was a strikeout victim back in the first, and that's Dave Dinelli's only strikeout so far.
The Diamonds have batted around here in the second inning, and 4 runs have scored. They lead 6-1, and you just wonder if you know it's not enough.
And as I said yesterday in a similar situation, the Admirals got them right where they want them. Here's the pitch, and that's low and away. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. And we saw Tyler Steyerwald come in to close out that game, a non-save situation yesterday, and heard it through the grapevine that he had just gone up to skipper Aaron Miles and said, hey, it's my bullpen session. I can close it out. Here's the pitch, and that's in there, a strike, and the count 1-1. Now, whether or not the sort of something added to that is maybe Aaron sending a message to the bullpen guys who did have, with Steyerwald's help, did have a good game yesterday.
Yes, better than has been the case in a number of recent games.
1-1 pitch, and that is a liner to short, picked up by Perez. The long throw in time to get him, and Wagner is out number 3. So the inning ends, but the Diamonds plate 4, and at the end of 2 full here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh, Diamonds 6, Admirals 1.
In the third, we're going to be playing musical chairs. Most important ingredients in a successful baseball season. The same goes for your team at home. That's why it's so important that Sutter Delta Medical Center offers you high-quality medical care close to home. Sutter Delta has a array of outstanding outpatient and inpatient services and is part of the Sutter Health Network, connecting to medical experts throughout Northern California, serving Antioch, Pittsburgh, and the entire region. Sutter Delta Medical Center. Quality medical care close to home. For those of you that are interested, Jose Canseco is in the premises. If you'd like to see Jose, sign up behind the dugout.
All right, to the top of the third inning we go. The Diamonds lead it 6-1. And leading off the third for the Admirals will be the right fielder, Chevy Clark, after a 1-2-3 frame for Mike Gunn in that second inning. The Diamonds 2 in the first, 4 in the second for their 6. The Admirals 1 in the first, none in the second for their 1. And I've just heard Jose Canseco is here and signing autographs.
Right. Apparently behind the Diamonds dugout, and a number of people have decided that's a good thing to go take advantage of.
So Jose Canseco is in the building. Here's the pitch, and that one is a strike to Chevy Clark. He was hit by a pitch in that first inning. Came around to score when Graylin Durkee drove him in with a base hit.
We have an update from Sonoma.
Ground ball to second. Odomar's got it. Fires over to first in time for the out. So 1 up and 1 down.
And in the bottom of the second, it is the Sonoma Stompers 3, the San Rafaels 4.
Now batting, second baseman, number 11, Chris.
So San Rafael with a 1-run lead, looking to take that series 2 out of 3 as they play the rubber match up in Sonoma's Arnold Field.
There's a big car race up in Sonoma this weekend, and they must have had a fun time getting around the traffic for that. All I kept hearing was how much traffic
Point,
there was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think NASCAR is there this weekend.
Is that what it is?
Familiar. I'm not forgetting that. There's a pitch in there for a strike to Chris Frenecki. I think where I saw NASCAR was, I'm forgetting what it's called now. It used to be Sears Point for all those years.
And
it's not any longer.
Sonoma 300 or whatever it was, race whatever.
0-1 pitch, swing, and a foul at the plate, and Frenecki down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Gunn trying to, I don't know how difficult it is for a pitcher to sit through the long innings where of course it's not difficult to take all the runs, but you probably lose some of your warmth and you kind of maybe lose some of your edge because it just takes a long time to get back out on the mound.
0-2 pitch is way high, 1 ball and 2 strikes, but so far so good with the 4-3 ground out off the bat of Chevy Clark, and he's headed for Naki here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Right.
You're Mike Gunn of the Diamonds. However much of a lead you can give us, keep giving us more. Swinging a foul, and the count stays at 1-2. So I've traveled that Highway 37 as you have, I'm sure, many times, being a local guy. That is not the best way to go, especially even when they're not having the races, but particularly when they are having the races. That place is a parking lot. And there's that links Solano County to Marin County, swinging a foul up and over the screen and out of play, and the count stays in 1-2. And I heard something or other a while back where they were going to expand that, and apparently it's like 50 years away, and I'm not kidding about that.
Really?
It's way, way into the future, and I thought, why even announce it if it's a half a century away? 1-2 pitch, swung on it, missed strike 3, and down goes Fernacki swinging. That is strikeout number 2 for Mike Gunn, and out number 2 here in the second.
Sometimes there is local opposition to road improvements. I know that I was a young reporter in Santa Barbara in the early 80s, and in Santa Barbara, the 101 stopped. There were 3 stoplights. It was just like all of a sudden the Highway 101 became a regular street, and it was a total traffic pain in the butt. But Santa Barbara resisted and resisted and resisted what was called the Crosstown Freeway. Now they have the Crosstown Freeway, but it took a long time because there was a lot of local resistance.
This pitch is outside to Davey Garcia, and understandable if it's not necessary or mildly necessary, but when it's an absolute must, I can't understand why anybody would be against it. 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul back, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And of course, that is a way for us to go, and we want to go up to Arnold Field in Sonoma to do those games. And the 3-game series up there will begin not this week, the week after this upcoming week.
A week from Tuesday, I believe, on July 4th.
And that pitch is just outside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Had a chance to call the game there last year. As a matter of fact, Jose Canseco pitched that game against the Stompers. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here it is, and that's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Davey Garcia. He bounced to third his first time. Davey 0 for 1.
The Diamonds will play the Admirals 3 more times this week at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, and then they will go to San Rafael for a 4-game series, an odd 4-game series over 3 days, a doubleheader on Sunday.
3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4.
Then they will get to go to Sonoma to play the Stompers in the beginning of 9 games against the Stompers in the final 12 of this first half of the season. So all these games against the last place Admirals, you got to figure this is your chance to kind of get fat on a team that is struggling. And right now they're looking pretty fat, 6-1 in the 3rd inning. But now the Admirals have a runner on.
And the Diamonds hope they can whittle that 4.5 game lead down here a little bit before they start that series of games. Pitch to Durkee, and that is inside for a ball. Graylin had the RBI base hit back in the first to drive home Chevy Clark with the Admirals' lone run thus far, but he did commit a very costly error in the 4-run Diamonds' second. Here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball.
So Gunn having some trouble finding the strike zone all of a sudden. Walks a man, and now 2-0 here on Durkee.
Yeah, the first 2 out doesn't mean they're not going to score. Talked about that at nauseum this year. The 2-0 pitch is low, 3 balls and no strikes. So Durkee looking possibly to get on base here for Sean Payne. The Admiral left fielder waits on deck, and now Jose Garcia wants to talk it over with Mike Gunn. So everything was looking good for Mike. He got Chevy Clark to bounce out 4-3. He struck out Fernecki for his second strikeout of the game. But then he lost A.B. Garcia to the walk, and now he's gone 3-0 to the Admiral first baseman Graylin Durkee. The pitch to Graylin, and that is inside ball 4. And don't look now, partner, but the Admirals have got something going after the first 2 are out.
And all of a sudden, it's just amazing how a pitcher can just kind of lose sight of the strike zone. You're cruising along and things are going well, and then all of a sudden, they can't get the ball in the strike zone.
Bright sunny day, cool and breezy. Barely swim weather here in Pittsburgh this afternoon. And that's the way we like it.
The flag has been blowing every which way. It's been going right to left, left to right a little bit, and dead center.
And that just did miss extra bases.
Yeah.
That one did not miss by much. Sean Payne hit it pretty hard, a multiple hopper, and it was going down the third baseline and then down into left field, and that didn't miss going over the bag by very much. So Mike Gunn and the Diamonds catch a break right there, and the count no balls and a strike. So Gunn, after getting the first 2 out, has put himself in a bit of a jam here, trying to strand these 2 runners.
Sean Payne's got the power to make this a much closer game.
The 0-1 pitch, and that is low.
Hey, now, Gun.
Nick Akins, the home run leader of the association this year with 7, not in the lineup here today. Did get a chance to see Nick play in this series, and he has homered in this series already. But he's on the bench right now. The 1-1 pitch is way inside, and that nearly hit him, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
We just had a nice pickup by a fan in the stands who picked up my papers flying around because of the breeze. That was very helpful. Thank you.
And stay right there because more are on the way.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball, and that is going to be a nice play by the diving Wagner. To his left, to his feet to throw him out. Oh, what a play by JJ at the hot corner. So JJ Wagner with the fine play. The inning is over. The Admirals don't score, they leave 2. And as we go now to the bottom of the third, it's the Diamonds 6 and the Admirals 1.
There to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There's help for you too when you need to navigate real estate issues. Croskey Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Croskey Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you're making the turn for home, get the help you need from Croskey Real Estate. Interested in getting an autograph from Jose Canseco. He's only going to be here for 2 more innings, so stop by the Diamonds dugout and get your picture with Jose. The Pittsburgh Diamonds would like to recognize a special NCTV Midsummer Classic Tournament champion 10 and under Concord Patriots. we have thus today.
All right, bottom of the third we go. Austin Fraker will lead it off for the Diamonds. Chad Heiberger, then back to the top of the order for Jose Garcia. This lineup for the Diamonds, very productive of late, scoring a lot of runs. Everybody seems to be swinging a hot bat right now, and they lead it 6-1. And for the Admirals, Dave Donnelly trying to figure it out here and give himself a chance to go deeper into this ball game. The Admirals have no action right now in their bullpen, but you can rest assured if they get the Diamonds get anybody on, the bullpen will be back and going. And the first pitch, swinging a foul back. Austin Fraker, a base hit and a run scored leading off that second.
Yeah, these same three batters led off the last, each got a single in the beginning of the last inning and loaded the bases. And then Odemar Valdez got an error.
Back-to-back innings, the Diamonds have had the bases loaded with nobody out. This one hops up there, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. 6-8-0 so far for Pittsburgh, 1-2-1 for Vallejo. Here comes some of that breeze blowing into the grandstand. Which is can be called just about perfect weather. 1-1 pitch, swinging. That one's hammered into right center field. Clark going back. He's not going to get it. This one hops the wall, but tripping around first base is Austin Fraker. I think the ball was bobbled. He's going to go in to second base.
Yeah, he was lucky he didn't hurt himself when he went around first base. He just stumbled. There was no other reason for it, but he was watching the ball and he just maybe lost concentration, kicked the base. I'm not sure what, but...
So I wasn't sure. Was the ball bobbled out there? Had he stopped going around first after the stumble, or is that going to be a clean double?
It looks to me, well, now he's leaving the stance. Did he not touch first base?
Something
because of the
happened
stumble?
here. I am not sure what's going on here. There's no out has been recorded, but he must have been out.
I think
and we're going to have to get an explanation as to what happened to Austin Fraker. That was a very odd play.
I wonder if he missed first base with the stumble and didn't touch it.
I didn't even see the appeal throw over there.
Yeah, neither did I.
Anyway, in between innings, we're going to have to ask Ron Adams for an explanation on that. Here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball. So they did give him a hit. They have not recorded an out on the scoreboard, but he's not on base, so we know he's out. So there is 1 out in the inning.
Well, that will be interesting to find out what the story is, because it's all speculation at this point, and something you never see.
You're right. I'm not exactly sure. Have they gone away from the appeal throw back to the base because to save time?
I don't know. I don't know if
I didn't see it.
I didn't see the appeal throw either, and I didn't even see a conversation about it. I didn't see the ump make an out sign. It was just it was very quiet.
And back to the top. Shortstop.
Well, here comes, after Heiberger draws the walk, here's Jose Garcia. A pair of base hits and a pair of runs scored so far for Jose.
Because it's very strange. If he had not gotten touched first base and he was called out because of that, he would not get a hit.
And here's a throw back to first. Jose, a base hit and an RBI in yesterday's ball game, also picked up a second RBI with a sacrifice fly. So Garcia bats 1 on 1 out here. Here's the pitch. That was way outside for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. So Dave Donnelly, who, he's kind of been the beneficiary of some outs here when he really didn't get the outs pitching. He got that strange play in that last one here on the bases. He got a sacrifice fly. He also had a runner caught stealing.
Correct.
So he's, the outs that he's gotten, the runs that he's given up, and it's just been a tough start to the ball game for the Admiral right-hander. Heiberger with his lead. Here's the pitch, and that is in there for a strike to Garcia. and the count 1-1.
He got a ball that Calderon hit very hard right at the second baseman for an out that he had to make a good play on. But that ball, if anywhere else in the ballpark, it would have been a hit and maybe more than that.
1-1 pitch swing, and that's lifted into left field. Here comes Payne, started back, coming in, can't make the catch, and he's going to throw to second base, but Chad Heiberger, good base running as he went further than just halfway, and when that ball was picked up by Payne in short left field, he was able to scamper into second base, so that's going to end up being a base hit for Jose Garcia, his third hit of the ball game already, and we're only in the third inning.
The Diamonds have 10 hits, 6 runs, but they're 10 hits, all singles.
And if you're Dave Dinelli, you're struggling to get outs. And like I said, he's gotten some that maybe he did not really pitch for. If that's the right way to put it. And now he gets a little looper, and nobody can go out there and get it. Just in a tough spot for the Admiral defense. 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, they've been hard line drives, and there have been bloopers, and they all seem to find their spot.
Here's Odemar Valdez. Odemar takes inside for a ball. He singled and scored a run in that 2-run first. Reached on an error and scored in the 4-run second. And Bautista over there at third base, playing well off the line and back a few steps from the grass. And if Odemar had the urge, he has some room up the third baseline if he chose to bunt. He waits the pitch, and that is just off the inside part of the plate, maybe a bit low. Count 2 balls and no strikes.
We're not seeing any activity, although we do see Reyes, the catcher for the backup catcher for the Admirals, out in the bullpen. He's got his glove on, and he's got some gear on, but nobody's throwing the ball. Of course, Rutledge was up earlier. He may already be warm and not worried about that.
A little foul at the plate here. They count 2-1. So Austin Fraker, well, not sure what happened to him. Chad Heiberger walked. Garcia, that pop base hit. And now Odemar Valdez, as the Diamonds going around the inning for the 3rd time already, and seats still getting warm here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium.
Austin Fraker ran into the Bermuda Triangle of base running or something. I don't know what happened, but
we will get an explanation for this, folks, believe me, because inquiry minds want to know. Swinging a foul ball, and the count goes to 2-2. So the sun starting to peer through the grandstand a little bit. Got the covered here for the grandstand, and then the back of the grandstand, there's that opening, and parts of the day, which we're coming up upon, the sun will come through, and that can be a little sunscreen time and a little margarita time.
Margarita,
a little sunny.
That would be a wonderful wonderful advent.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Dinelli kicks and fires, and this one is outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and nothing has come easy for Dave Dinelli here today.
He has been through this lineup and through the lineup and is going through the lineup again. This is just the 3rd inning, and there are only so many pitches you can pitch. And now Rutledge will go out and start to warm up again for these Admirals.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and now Odemar gets tired of waiting. He steps out and is granted time by home plate umpire Ron Adams. 10 hits already for Pittsburgh and the 6 runs. The 1 error for the Admirals was costly by Graylin Durkee. Here's the pitch, and that is a called strike 3, and down goes Odemar with the strikeout, so he is caught looking. And that is strikeout number 2 on the ball game for Dave Dinelli. And he gets a big second out because here comes Wes Wallace. And if Wes can keep it alive, we'd see Vinny Galeni again. So here comes Wes. A walk and a 2 RBI base hit. That 2 RBI base hit was the one that went off the wall. Here's a pitch, and that's in there for a strike.
And he was held to, he had to stay at first base with a single on that one because the runner ahead of him did not get beyond second base, and he almost ran into him, had to run back to first base.
Pitch to West, and that is just missed somewhere. Pretty good looking pitch by Dinelli there, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. So Ron Adams not very sympathetic to Dave Dinelli's plight here so far. A couple of those looked fairly close, and Ron just shook his head no.
I calls them as I sees them.
There you go. That's what he's supposed to do. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. But all in all, our umpires do a pretty good job. 2 guys calling a game like this with so many moving parts and the different angles.
Right.
I umpired some fast-pitch softball some years ago at San Rafael, as a matter of fact, and it's a lot tougher than it looks. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. One that hops up there. Throw down here to complete the strikeout at first base, and Dave Dinelli gets an inning in which the Diamonds do not score. So that is good news for he and the Admirals. And after 3 full now from Pittsburgh's Winter Chevrolet Stadium, it's the Diamonds 6 and the Admirals 1.
Hey, Ron?
Moody, this one's for you. Come on down here, Mark.
What happened with the lead off there on the base hit? Did they throw back to the appeal?
Please help Cody as we enjoy an old-time classic of YMCA.
I don't know.
Did you go like 3 unassisted or?
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
Out on appeal. It's called
Out on appeal. Banana peel.